everybody, hope you're all well. It's the 29th of November, it's Trader Cobb here, and hey, last video I did a shout out to sort of say, you could ask me questions of different coins you want me to look at on my Twitter handle, which is Trader Cobb, C-O-B-B, and yeah, obviously a few of you have asked for me to have a look at certain coins, and one of the ones is Bitcoin Cash, so I'll go through that, and at the end of this video I'll give you a live trade that I've actually raised an order for as well. Don't forget, guys, follow me on Twitter at Trader Cobb. You can also follow me on YouTube now at Trader Cobb is also the same sort of thing. Don't forget Crypto Revolution Investments on Facebook as well as YouTube as well as Twitter to get the most out of all the team that post and do what we do at Crypto Revolution Investments. All right, guys, so Bitcoin Cash. The question came in, what do I think of Bitcoin Cash? I think it did a lot. I think it went crazy, and I think it's now pulling back. Now, what I did like, and this is my perspective from right now, of course, but I had put on my Twitter alert for a trade order to get long Bitcoin Cash a couple of days ago. I think it was Sunday on this candle here. The reason being, we had a higher low, a higher high, pull back into the cradle zone, which is an area I like to trade from. And if you do follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I do talk about this cradle quite often. The problem was that it broke down through where my stop loss level would have been, so I cancelled the order. No trade, no loss because I wasn't filled, but that was, if it didn't break the high of that candle, I wasn't very bullish, no longer wanted to have a position in Bitcoin Cash. And since then, we're seeing some selling coming in. Now, as I stand and look at Bitcoin Cash right now on the daily, I'm not too excited. Until we break down through this level, if we break down through there, we will have a clear no trend at this point if it was to happen in the next couple of days, because we will have a higher high and a lower low. So there is no significance to that at all in a sense of trend. It just simply means that there is no trend. If I jump out and go to my weekly chart, which is what I like to do to get a bit of a perspective, you can kind of see here, it doesn't really give me too much information either. Obviously, everybody knows about what was on this wonderful week where everything went absolutely burko, and well, in Australian slang, that means crazy. So it went nuts. Right now, my position on Bitcoin Cash is naught. I don't have any Bitcoin Cash because I don't have any reason to at the moment. So there you go. That is for Delilah and the rest of you who shouted that out and asked me to have a look at that on Twitter. So where's the live trade? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? AdEx against the US dollar. Why the US dollar? Why am I not trading against Bitcoin? Because I'm a trend trader, guys. I follow and I trade trends. Now, let me give you an example of this, right? Let me just throw in ADX up here, ADX, and throw it up against Bitcoin. That ain't no good for a trend following trader. Okay, I can't trade that. That's terrible. Yuck. So what I've been doing is I've been creating a way of which I can use it against the dollar, because look, at the end of the day, if you look at ADX, where did you go? ADX by itself against Bitcoin, well, it's holding its ground. Keep in mind, this is crossed with Bitcoin. Keep in mind as well that Bitcoin is a currency. I think it's now just cracked the top 100 currencies in the world by how much it's worth, or cryptocurrency, I should say. Bitcoin has been on a parabolic run to the upside, which means you look at ADX here against Bitcoin, and it's holding its ground. So against the dollar, which is fiat dollars, I know, dollars, oh, we hate dollars, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't care less. I'm a trader. I'm trading against Bitcoin in most cases, but I'm looking for entries in against the dollar in many cases. So what do I like about this? Check it out. Higher lows coming up into the breakout level. Nice. The moving average is fanning nicely. This parity level, $1. Okay, $1, one AdEx to $1 US dollar. I like that. I'm gonna have a stop underneath that level. I like the good convergence here of the indicators. It's a wonderful looking breakout. A steady growth in the volume as well. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. It is looking dynamite. Now, what have I done here? Well, in actual fact, the way I've raised my order, because obviously I'm raising an order against Bitcoin, what I've had to do is go in, and I'll give you a lot more detail on my Twitter and whatnot, and I'm trading the break of this range. So it's actually, in fact, broken out of the consolidation. Okay, broken out through this resistance level. Now there's kind of arguably, there's a few different areas, but I want to see it clear. So what I've actually done is raise an order for breaking above the high of yesterday's candle. So it's actually not yesterday's candle, about above the high of that little 4-hour cluster. And what I've done is it's the high of this candle here. I've gone into my account against Bitcoin and found the equivalent candle here against Bitcoin, and I've raised my order on there. Now you might think, well, geez, that seems like a pretty difficult thing to do. It's not. Okay, it's not. I can teach anybody to do this. You first got to understand your strategy. There's a lot more that goes to it, but I found a way. I'm working on that way, and what I'm doing is if we can break above the high of today's candle, I will be long on AdEx. My stop loss will be underneath this level here. Okay, and I'm going to let the bad boy run because I like it fundamentally for a longer term move. But technically, I mean, if I get my stop underneath here, most recent swing, you know, my 1-to-1 somewhere up about here. Now 1-to-1 in a trade, that means doubling your money. Now obviously I'm not trading this with leverage. I'm just going to exit. If it breaks above there and then breaks down below here, I don't want to be in it anymore. I'll cut my losses and move on to the next project. Guys, that is my live trade call for AdEx. I like it. Fundamentally, it looks great, and a number of the members of the Crypto Revolution investment team also like this. Technically, which is my kettle of fish, it's coming together to provide a wonderful entry. That's when I trade, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of my trades. To find out more, to follow more, to know more, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and YouTube at TraderCobb, C-O-B-B, all one word, and Crypto Revolution Investments on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Keep up with what's going on. Go well. What an amazing market and what an amazing year we've got ahead of us. Goodbye.